Good afternoon. I would like to call this meeting to order. Today's date is October 19, 2023. Our first order of business is our roll call, which will be conducted by Jeff Jones, the board's legal director.
Chair French.
Here.
Department of Agriculture.
Here.
Department of Health.
Here.
Department of Natural Resources.
Here.
Department of Development.
Here.
Environmental Protection Agency.
Here.
Our public member Greg Sloan.
Here.
Representative Ray.
Here.
Representative Skindell. Senator Reineke.
Here.
Senator Smith.
Here.
Chair French, we have a quorum.
Thank you. The next order of business is approving the minutes from the meeting of September 21st, 2023. I will take a motion to approve the minutes as prepared, please. Is there a second?
Second.
Are there any comments or discussion on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Okay, the minutes as prepared are approved. Next, we will move to our board agenda. Item number 1, case 162444 ELBGN, please.
In this entry, the board finds that there are no reasonable grounds to initiate a staff investigation pursuant to allegations raised by the Village of Lordstown in its complaint, and therefore the pending complaint is dismissed with prejudice.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
There is discussion.
Thank you, Senator.
Madam Chair, thank you for the opportunity to weigh in on this first item on the agenda. So I've done a little bit of research on this matter and found some media reports about the disagreement between the Village of Lordstown and the Trumbull Energy Center. With the board's indulgence, I'd like to read from some of those media reports. From the Business Journal Daily from this week, and I'm going to quote from page 2 of the article: "A request by the Trumbull Energy to rezone the parcel from residential to industrial was rejected by the Village Council in June after residents living near the project voiced concern." Again, reading from the article, quote, "Despite this, the Trumbull Energy Center proceeded with construction on the residentially zoned land. This is one example of many in which the Trumbull Energy Center has acted in violation of the Ohio Power Siting Board certificate," unquote, the complaint reads. Other violations that the attorney representing the Village of Lordstown points to in the filing include the company's failing to provide detailed engineering drawings of the final project designed prior to construction, operating within a 75-foot wetland buffer, engaging in construction activity outside of prescribed hours, and that the company does not appear to have an environmental consultant on site. The filing also raises issues about drilling a well into the Lordstown water supply that I think has been disputed and maybe even solved. But another piece of media from News 21. This is a story from August 21st, just the final two sentences. Clean Energy First, which is the Trumbull Energy Center Corporation, has until August 22nd to respond to the complaint. 21 News reached out to Clean Energy First and the Trumbull Energy Center site manager, and they did not get back to us. So I'm concerned that that the Trumbull Energy Center is not, it could be in violation of the Ohio Power Siting Board certificate, seems to be in violation of the zoning laws of the village, and if nothing else, perhaps is not being a good neighbor, as they're not responding to some of the village's concerns. Again, I think it's interesting that the Trumbull Energy Center approached the village in June, asked for rezoning, and it was turned down, and then they went ahead anyway. So I would ask the members of the Ohio Power Siting Board to vote no on the complaint, which is case number 1. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Judge Wallstraw, could you please address Senator Smith's concerns?
Sure. I think, at least with the complaint process, I think there's, a couple issues there. One, I think it's procedurally, I think we have to kind of find a violation of the certificate. In terms of the zoning, there's nothing specific in the certificate that pertained to the zoning. It was originally zoned, the whole entire footprint of the area is zoned a mix of, I believe, industrial, commercial, and residential. The parts that's zoned residential is the southern portion of the footprint, which is a temporary laydown area. So by nature, it'd just be temporary. It's in, like I said, the southern portion as originally already certificated for the Lordstown Energy Project as their laydown area, which is basically adjacent to the Trumbull Energy Center. So that was certificated 6 years ago. No zoning has changed since then. The actual facility itself would not be zoned on any residentially zoned area. So procedure, I think that's where we don't see a violation of the certificate. In the response to the Village of Lordstown from the developer, they addressed some of the concerns, as to the water well. I think the permitting was more for potable water. This is for non-potable water. And I think they've had the engineer on hand, they've had the people on hand. They allege they've provided all the engineering background that they need. I know staff has been also diligent with this project and with the Lordstown project, Lordstown Energy Center. I know they've had a couple noise complaints in regards to the Lordstown Energy Center. I know they've been out there a few times. Those have been docketed in the case. So I think a lot of these concerns have been addressed. And going forward, I don't know if a further investigation, I think the facts are rather uncontested in terms of the zoning. And the zoning issues are largely outside of our jurisdiction. But they've also been certificated for the past 6 years at this point. When that case was certificated, it was a completely uncontested case at the time with local support.
Thank you, Judge Welstra. Senator Smith, did you have any additional?
Just something really quick.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. No, I find it interesting that the General Assembly has proposed legislation in the last GA to allow local input on renewable energy facilities, and this seems to be perhaps a good example of why that legislation should have expanded. I mean, I understand, obviously, that the initial certificate was issued in 2017. I would also suggest that the 1926 Supreme Court decision, Village of Euclid versus Ambler Realty, suggests that local zoning should have some teeth to it. But I appreciate the Commission's, the Power Siting Board allowing me this ability to raise these concerns, and you, Madam Chair, for allowing me to voice my opinion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Smith, and thank you for for voicing your concerns and for your comments. Is there any other discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Item number 1 is approved. Item number 2, case 22-1175 ELBGA, please.
In this order on certificate, the board grants the application filed by Clean Energy Future LLC to amend its certificate to construct an electric generating facility in Trumbull County, Ohio.
Okay, is there a motion for approval? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Item number 2 is approved. Item number 3, case 22-856 ELBTX, please.
In this opinion and order, the board issues a certificate to AEP Ohio Transmission Company for the construction, operation, and maintenance of a 138 kilovolt transmission line upgrade project along the preferred route.
Is there a motion for approval?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? Item number 3 is approved. Item number 4, case 23-643 ELBTA, please.
In this order on certificate, the board grants the application filed by AEP Ohio Transmission Company to amend its certificate.
Okay. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Is anyone opposed? All right, item number 4 is approved, and that takes us to the end of our agenda. Our next board meeting is scheduled for Thursday, November 16th at 1:30 p.m. in this room. Are there any additional comments from board members or staff? Okay, hearing none, we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.